Here is our French Bulldog whelping setup. Some might say it's a bit overkill, but we would rather be safe than sorry and have anything and everything that we might need to breed these pups. So we can start here. This is something essential for whelping any kind of pup. You need a whelping pen, some kind of contained area where the mother and the pups can nurse and also socialize and be with each other. So we try to make this space as comfy as possible, especially for the bitch. So she's gonna be spending a lot of time in this whelping pen, probably 2 to 3 weeks. This particular pen has the option to can be completely closed off. So and we also have the option to take away one of the panels so that she can look over and still feel like she's a part of the action, but be contained to the whelping pen. Now, as far as the whelping pen goes, it really is advised to have one solid surface. The pups, especially French Bulldogs, are prone to being suffocated. They could get lost under a blanket, underneath a bed. The mother could roll on top of them unknowing as they're under a blanket. So you do need to be careful about the items you do put in your whelping pen. However, this is going to be predominantly for the mother for the first 2 weeks of the whelping. The pups, on the other hand, will be living in this incubator. So they will need to be nursed every 2 hours, 24 hours around the clock for the first 10 to 14 days of their life. So they will be in the incubator for the 2 hours, sleeping, growing, getting healthy, and then we'll take them to the whelping pen where the dame or the bitch will be, so she can nurse the pups, we can stimulate bowels, and then we can put them back into the incubator. So the incubator is not necessarily something you have to have, but it's something we wanted to have to ensure our puppies have the best chance at survival and can be as healthy and vibrant as possible. So the incubator consists of just 2 heat lamps here at the top. They are adjustable, so we can get them hotter or cooler. As you can see in there, we do have a temperature and humidity reader, and then you just have to dial everything in, really. There's a fan also over here to keep oxygen circulation and also to keep the puppies cool. You do run the risk of drying the pups out when you do use heat lamps. There's also a heating pad on the bottom just to ensure that the puppies are warm, comfy, cozy. Actually, puppies, when they very first are born, have no ability to regulate body temperature. So, you have to do that for them, essentially. So we're able to do that through the use of these adjustable heat lamps and also the adjustable heat pad. And in order to avoid the risk of drying the pups out or, cooking them, we use a humidifier. This is just a reptile fogger, actually, that we've kind of modified to be a humidifier for our incubator. So as you can see, I went ahead and turned it up full blast just so we could get a see for how much humidity it can actually add into the pen. And if I turn off, you can see once I've turned off the fan, it really starts to get humid pretty quickly. The humidity builds up pretty quickly. So if we are in a situation where we feel like the pups are being dried out or burnt, we will definitely increase the humidity. As far as temperature and humidity levels, that varies. There's lots of opinions on right and wrong, and there's not necessarily a right and wrong, but I think that we're gonna go with the humidity around 50 to 55% and the temperature around 85 degrees initially at initial birth, and then that will change as the pups get older. So, and there you can just see the humidity really filling in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fan on and get a little bit of that humidity spread out. If we take a look inside the incubator, you can see we have these doors. They're on every single angle of the incubator, but I do think this front door will be the one we use most. So you can open this halfway or all the way in order to get your pups. But here we can actually see our temperature and humidity readings. So we are at 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 62% humidity. So not too bad, honestly. I would want that humidity just slightly lower and the temperature just slightly up. And of course, as explained before, I can do so by increasing the heat lamps and even turning down the speed of the fan so that the temperature can rise more quickly. All that being said, I do believe the incubator is going to be essential in making our lives easier and in keeping the pups safe and healthy. You can also choose to hook a nebulizer where the humidifier is. If you do think that your pups are sick and are suffering from aspiration pneumonia, you can choose to, you can hook in a nebulizer. You could put some, there's certain products you can put in there to help with the breathing and the asthma that's associated with that illness. Next, you'll see we just have a nice little trash can close by, easy to use. We're definitely going to be using lots of pee pads and towels and paper towels. So we just want to make sure we have a nice place to throw all that away very nice and quickly. Once the puppies are nursing, we'll need to clean the bitch, and we'll also need to clean each pup, stimulate the bowels after every single feeding. So always good to have a trash can close by. Now, once the puppies are done in the incubator after day 10, between days 10 and 14, they will be moved to the whelping pen, and that's when I'll make some adjustments to the whelping pen. I'll take some of these blankets and beds out and just have a place for them to hang out, to stretch, to socialize, and really grow into the puppies that they'll become. And the dame, she can play with the pups sometimes. It's just a danger to leave the dame with the pups alone. As said before, she could suffocate them. She could accidentally lay on one, and that's definitely not what you want. So when the puppies are playing in the whelping pen and we don't want the bitch with the puppies, we can have her here. We have her cage close by, nice and comfy. We have a bed and some toys for her. We've made sure and made her very familiar with the whelping pen as well as her kennel, so that these aren't areas where she feels stressed. She feels very relaxed in both of these places, which is important in making sure that the mother is healthy and happy pre and post pregnancy. So a note on the whelping pen, I would say that the heating lamps can be controversial. Again, they say that you run the danger of drying out the pups, but again, there's a lot of opinions varying on how to whelp pups. People have done it many different ways, and there's multiple ways to skin a cat, as they say. So we're not going to be leaving our pups unmonitored at any point along the way. So as far as drying out or them dying due to heat, that's not going to be an issue with us, as they will not be left unattended whatsoever. And this heat lamp is set in a place where it's far enough away, it's not gonna get too hot. And by the time the pups are in the whelping pen, they'll be smart enough to know that if they're getting hot, they can move to a different corner of the whelping pen to get cooler. Last thing I wanted to show was our little supply cabinet. I don't know what you call it. I just think it's good to have all your essential items, at the ready and close by. You would hate to be having some kind of emergency and needing something and then scrambling around to look for what you need. So just give you a peek, some of the things we have. We have a nasal aspirator. Aspiration's one of the #1 killers of French Bulldog puppies. So this is an essential item. You can do your research about how to nurse puppies and the dangers associated with that. We have an anal thermometer for our dog. Temperature is a good way of determining when pregnancy is getting close and the health of the bitch as well as the puppy. So just latex gloves, a couple pee pads here. We do have some lubricant, so when we take the temperature, we're not unnecessarily hurting the dogs. This is betadine. It's used to clean the mother, particularly after the C-section. Our veterinarian he told us to keep the wound of the C-section very dry and to use the betadine sparingly, but also it could be used as a good antiseptic, a nice cleaner for the mother after C-section and occasionally after nursing, just to make sure that no bacteria or infections are allowed to happen. So again, we just have more towels at the ready. We prefer white so you can see the color of discharge, the color of poop and pee. It's important also in trying to determine the health of the puppy. So here you can see we've got a few labels, whelping charts, going to be useful for keeping the weights, names, all sorts of very, very important stuff that you need to be putting down while you're whelping these puppies. Another essential item is a scale. You'll need to be weighing the puppies probably twice daily. You need to get into a routine of when you weigh them, either before or after they eat. But the puppies need to be gaining consistent weight for at least 2 to 3 weeks. And if you see even one day where the puppy is not gaining weight, that is a sign of a struggling puppy. And you could have as little as 24 hours in order to save the puppy. So keeping weights, logs of weights, making sure puppies are gaining weight, very essential in the health of the pups. Here, just some more wet wipes, latex gloves. Always good to have lots of that on hand. Lots of pee pads, lots of towels. We want to keep all this stuff on hand. Here we've got some miscellaneous stuff, some tube feeding kits. This would be used for the nebulizer. You know, just stuff that we don't want to, stuff that we'd rather have and not need than need and not have kind of deal. And again, down here is just some of the miscellaneous trash bags for our trash can. We got extra bulbs for the incubator and identification collars for the puppies when they do come. So well, there you guys have it. That is our whelping setup. We are excited for our puppies. They should be here in the next couple of days. Maybe I can make an update video and really demonstrate the whelping setup in use. I hope this was informative for you guys. I hope I stayed to the point enough. And you breeders, stay safe out there. Do lots of information. Definitely do not take my word for this stuff. Do your own research and, safe whelping out there.